First of all, the very fact that I'm becoming 75, this ineluctable fact, calms my brain, and it says very rationally to me, I haven't got any time left to be writing any kind of neo-porridge. I have no time left for easy solutions, for solving problems that don't interest me at all. I have to try and go back to whatever is original. Corcoran, I have to try and find that, and I have to, if that is my early childhood, okay, but I have to find my contemporary form or forms for that. And here I'm back to the age-old problem of unity and diversity. Out of a very small masse, a very small beginning, initial material, which then I have to work on.
And are the problems that you're facing or that you're grappling with as a composer, are they the same as, let's say, Frank Corcoran in the late 1990s or mid-1980s, or have those problems changed or moved on?
They are the same and they're not the same. They're the same because we have the same parameters and the same problems with form, with being original and not really original. But they're not the same in that, of course, I have learned an awful lot from my use of sound material, of vocal material, of electronic material over the years. I learn from every piece, and the next piece learns from that. For instance, my New York piece for March, my clarinet concerto or quasi-un concerto, its clarinet has to be very, very conscious of itself, of the beauty of its different ranges. The bottom, the chalumeau, the right up to the top of the clarinet. I have to be used to solo and accompaniment. I have to be used to how quick is it going to be? How close to the rate of my heart beat? How startling, how interesting for me. If it begins to bore me, well, that's it. The clarinet can soar like a bird high up. The clarinet can shriek, it can yell, it can be pianissimo, like a baby in its bottom register. The clarinet has to be supreme for me in this clarinet concerto. The strings definitely are subservient to that. The clarinet cannot be prostitutional, a bit like a guitar in that sense, a guitar concerto. It can't be just too beautiful. It can't just be showy for the effect of being showy. Of course it's showy. It can't be just too many flatter Zunge in any particular range. And of course, two notes of the clarinet in any range are just two notes. One note, two notes are infinitely evocative. As a young man, I certainly could not, and I knew it. I wouldn't be able to write a concerto. I was too much in awe of the great concertos of the past. Mention any name you like, whether a violin concerto or any other kind of a concerto. By the way, I'd love to have a shot at a flute concerto at some stage. That's also not without its dangers, boredom. But certainly the clarinet concerto, it has to shine. It's the sheen of the shine. And it has to be beautiful. But it's not just beauty. It has to get into something deeper. It has to get also some, without being programmatic or just autobiographical, it has to be somewhere in a mysterious way close to my inner life, a lot of which I'm not conscious of. It has to be close to my heartbeat. What is an accelerando all about? What is a slowing down all about? So it's my race against time, but it's my race against great concertos of the past. At my age of 75, a good round age, I am certainly conscious of the fact that I don't know how many good new works are still in me. What I have to have is seriousness and modesty, and I have to work from the work I've just finished and to prepare for the next work and to learn from this work and to avoid any shadow of easy solution or facility or just playing to the gallery. I mean, all concertos of the past, they all had this danger. It's a great dramatic form. It's Maria Callas out on the stage, the soloist. So it has a great dramatic appeal to me and I think to the audience, but this appeal is not allowed to overtake the substance or indeed the form, let's say, of the three movements of the clarinet concerto. I have to be courageous in my remaining years and in my remaining works. What does that mean for me? I have to have moral courage. I have to have civil courage. I tell young composers that all the time too. It's tough, whether you're at the top or the bottom or the middle. I have to avoid simple, no, that's wrong, avoid silly solutions. And it's a lonely occupation for all kinds of social reasons also, and political reasons and societal reasons. We needn't go into them here, but I mean, it's the same loneliness, I suppose, that Debussy had in the last years before his death in 1918, which you could say, in one sense, was the death of modern music. In one sense, it's the loneliness, and it's the great heroic stance, let's say, of an Anton Webern, who spent a lot of his life not being played at all. But it was the loneliness of a high Alps climber. It's the loneliness of anybody who has done good work in art, or indeed any of the arts. Paul Klee, there's no point in mentioning people because it is the little word heroic. Now, it's not that people are going to congratulate or give us, show a hand of applause or that. It's got to be an inner thing. And if I make a slip, if I do a weak phrase, if I do a weak, too easy formulaic solution, that really is going to hurt me. I got to work on that. And it's always been there. I think good arts have had that. Certainly in our Western art since Bach. We won't even go into before Bach, but it's there. It's got to be there. It's the little word excellence, or even if that's too highfalutin, it's the little word good.
Are you too hard on yourself?
I don't think that I can be hard enough on myself, because what's my choice? I'm not really interested in rubbish.